In this issue of Fashion Classics, go back to the year 1992, where everyone was undressing for the hottest looks of spring. In the fashion news of '92, bras were bigger than ever on the fashion runways. And in the designer profile, overt sex appeal from Italy's Dolce and Gabbana. See how video cover girl Susan Holmes made headlines that year. And in the accessory short, step into Manolo Blahnik's provocative shoes. Then take a beauty break and discover the secrets of skincare legend Georgette Klinger. Your hot tips for knockout style and more power undressing from 1992. For years, ladies' lingerie was an unattractive but necessary evil that was hidden from sight. Over time, it became more beautiful, but it was still intended for private eyes only. Today, underwear is becoming outerwear, and bras, corsets, and even garter belts are seen in the boardroom as well as the bedroom. It's the new power undressing for the 90s. In the fashion news, lingerie looks made headlines that spring of 1992 as the new exhibitionism took hold. Innerwear became outerwear, and designers around the world showed clothes that might have gotten you arrested in the old days. Although Lady Godiva might have blushed in the season's revealing looks, many of today's women have got the body and they want to flaunt it.
One of the most prevailing trends, regardless of what happens to the eyes and the hair and the lips, is the body. And we saw that on the runways over and over again. Sheared clothes, lace, midriffs, all kinds of things that show the body off in ways that we never saw it shown off before.
Lingerie is everywhere. It's not just under your clothes and hidden anymore.
We have seen so much lingerie, underwear as outerwear, that it really is quite amazing in a way.
The foundation of the lingerie looks in 1992 started with the bra. The first real brassiere was created in the late 1800s. In the mid-1920s, brassieres were designed to flatten the bust, but by the 40s and 50s, padding and wiring created a more shapely silhouette. In the 1960s, to bra or not to bra became a burning issue, and in the 70s, comfort became key. In the late 1980s, Madonna made the bra the focal point, and soon celebrity trendsetters were all busting at the seams. Designers urged everyone to go bust that spring of 1992. Carmelo Pomodoro teamed his bra with sexy lace hot pants. And Isani's cup runneth over. Gianni Versace sprinkled on sparkles. And Randolph Duke flaunts it with beads. Bustiers were another way to go bust. Donna Karan took hers into the boardroom for spring-summer 1992. And Yves Saint Laurent was red hot. But busting out was just one part of power undressing. During the reign of Louis XIV, women wore 3 layers of petticoats under their dresses. The top layer was called the modest, the middle called the mischievous, and the inner layer of petticoat called the secret. In the spring of 1992, designers once again made the petticoat junction their first stop for flirty style. Gianni Versace brought old-fashioned petticoats into the modern era. And Betsy Johnson broke out her toolkit. Isaac Mizrahi got ruffled this season. And Salvatore Ferragamo cast a spell with simple black magic. Christian Lacroix went for the hustle and bustle of the petticoat junction, but like many designers this '92 season, under it all, he slips. The first slip was created by the French house of Cadol, who joined the camisole with the petticoat. When Elizabeth Taylor sizzled in her slip, a new look was born. And in 1992, designers told women for the first time that it was more than okay to let their slip show. So go ahead and slip out this season. Valentino lets his slip show. And Chantal Thomas was happy to slip up. Michael Kors flirted with sexy black lace in '92. And Hannah Mori shone with French elegance. Calvin Klein simply bared all. But no matter how you did it, a touch of power undressing was the season's best in the spring of 1992. A great way to flaunt it with style then and now. Did you know that in 1470, Queen Juana invented the petticoat so that she could hide her pregnancy? The sensual charms of Sicily have always enchanted the Italian design team of Dolce and Gabbana. In 1992, Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana paid homage to their image of the Mediterranean woman who exuded strength and femininity. That year, the design team took inspiration from the lyrical poetry of Sicily.
La base della nostra ispirazione rimane sempre la Sicilia, il sud. La donna di Dolce e Gabbana, noi la rappresentiamo come una donna, fisicamente una donna scura, formosa, con il seno dei fianchi, una donna femmina.
Season after season, Dolce and Gabbana designed feminine clothes in which form follows function. Their different visions of the ideal woman combine in one distinctive style.
Come lavoriamo noi insieme,
We work together with two
praticamente
different
sono
points of
due
view that arrive
partenze
at one
diverse
style.
per arrivare a
I
uno
have a
stile
style
unico.
and Dolce has a
Io ho uno
style.
stile
And at
e
the
Dolce ne ha
end,
un
it
altro.
becomes Dolce and
Per
Gabbana.
arrivare alla fine in uno stile unico che è Dolce e Gabbana.
In 1992, they took the confident woman to new heights by letting her flaunt her femininity. It was the year's most talked about collection as they brazenly brought lingerie looks out of the closet.
The lingerie look, I mean, that's Dolce and Gabbana. They really started a big, huge trend. Not everyone's ready for Dolce and Gabbana. It's Madonna wear.
Kim Basinger and Julia Roberts were also big fans of their look.
Le mischie diventano star, è più un'ispirazione a questa donna che qualsiasi, è come anche un'ispirazione, qualsiasi donna può diventare una star.
The 1992 season was inspired by the lusty Italian bombshells of the 1950s.
Questa collezione ci siamo ispirati alla donna mediterranea, soprattutto alla donna degli anni 50 della dolce vita di Roma, tipo Sofia Loren, Rita Hayworth, la bellezza, tanto seno, la donna sana.
What did it take to achieve the look of these legendary ladies? A great body for one thing, but beyond that?
È il capo a cui siamo sempre fedeli. Gli altri possono cambiare, ma il reggiseno e la mutanda no.
Power undressing from Dolce & Gabbana for spring 1992. Here's some fashion trivia. Did you know that the first bra was created in 1889 by a French woman named Herminie Cadot? Now, take a power step into the sexy shoes of London's Manolo Blahnik from the year 1992.
The range and the variations of the themes and his constant ability to update them or evolve them is absolutely awesome.
Today and always, shoe connoisseurs the world over know that Blahnik shoes are not for the average feet.
Collectors, people who wear his shoes collect them, the way people collect antiques.
Blahnik originally planned to enter showbiz, but he fell into the shoe biz by accident.
I started with no idea what a shoe was, just simply the taste of doing the drawings and the designs, but I didn't have a clue about doing the shoes. So it took me years, 10 years to to manage the whole concept of how the shoes were made, and I learned the hard way, going to the manufacturers and being there with the people and the craft. My shoes, they just got they have sort of kind of a combination between femininity and very light and wonderful quality. And the design, of course, is important, but the main thing is they're very feminine, and you cannot fool people. I mean, ladies know what they want. I'm very fortunate. I work with designers, but the designers choose from my collection of designs. They choose certain styles, so it's very easy for them to just apply the colors that they're doing. But what I'm doing myself in my collection is just like pink, very dusty pink, colors like almost like carrot, but very pale carrots. Things like very much like faded colors.
I admire very much Manolo's shoes. I think I felt very strongly for the skin, to reveal the skin. So I felt for sandals and strappy shoes and sexy shoes, both in higher heel or also in the sandals.
The secret of Blahnik's success may lie in his shoes' sex appeal.
A woman put it on and feels some kind of different and sort of sexy. Yeah, I think so. That is the secret of the shoes also. They have some certain sort of appeal. At the same time feminine, elegant, but they have sort of just borderline sexy.
The signature sexy style of Manolo Blahnik from '92. Here's another piece of fashion trivia. The mule, a high-heeled bedroom slipper, came out of the bedroom to become the latest shoe trend in '92. The video cover girl with the pouty lips and bedroom eyes, who is the model of the moment in 1992? Meet California girl Susan Holmes, who knew how to be in the right place at the right time.
Well, when I was 16, I was visiting an aunt who was in New York at the time, and we were in a restaurant one evening, and a prominent photographer spotted me and asked if I was a model, and I said no, and he referred me to an agent, and kind of started from there.
Since then, the San Diego-born beauty became one of the season's hottest young models, partly due to her chameleon-like looks.
I think my look is changeable. That's one reason I think I'm successful, is because I'm able to look very girl next door to very, very exotic and sophisticated, depending on the hair and the makeup and the clothes and the lighting. So I'm able to change, and I think I'm lucky in that way.
Luck may have had something to do with it, but hard work definitely helped Susan take her pick between print work and runway shows.
Well, I enjoy doing print more. Runway is fun because it's a little bit more creative, but it's good to have a balance of the two. Sometimes doing the shows and doing fittings, and you see the process of the clothes being made, and it's really exciting, and you feel the excitement for the designers and seeing all the success they have, and you feel a little bit of part of that. And also with pictures, when you see a great picture of yourself, you feel great, and you know that it's teamwork, all working together to form a nice image.
While Susan enjoyed the financial fruits of her labor, she also appreciated the other opportunities that modeling offered.
I've been to some great places. That's one fortunate thing about this job. I was in Cuba for 10 days last year. That was really, I know that's one place I would never make it there without being a model.
At the ripe old age of 21, Susan had some advice for young aspiring models who want to follow in her footsteps.
I would say look around at some of the more prominent agents and seek their advice, as well as getting your book together, working with photographers that the agents recommend. A lot of it is luck and patience and seeing the right people and just a combination of things. So it's a lot of hard work.
The cover girl of Spring '92, Susan Holmes. Did you know that French designer Paul Poiret banished the corset in 1907 when he introduced the high-waisted hobble skirt? What was the must-buy of yesterday that still makes news? Anything transparent will give your wardrobe sheer impact. In the spring of 1992, sheer was in. But whether you wear sheer over opaque or over nothing at all, Gossamer fabrics let you share your sensuality with the world. Sheer beauty, the must-buy of spring 1992. Did you? Did you know that in 1968, Yves Saint Laurent shocked the world when he showed a blouse so sheer that the body was visible underneath? Underneath it all, beautiful skin is your best accessory. For 50 years, one woman is known as the Dean of Skincare. Come inside the New York salon of Georgette Klinger, where she revealed her secrets to beautiful skin in 1992 that are timeless.
Important is that we should be proud of the skin which comes in, is our client. That's the most important part of our being successful too, I think. That we do care very much. It's a personal insult to me if somebody doesn't look in every way but the best they can, because everybody can look well. There is no excuse for it anymore.
Today, Georgette Klinger products and facials are coveted by women the world over.
It's not necessarily bad skin that we take care of, but it just happened to be in the beginning that the bad skins were the ones who really came to us and made us the bad skins. And then slowly they started to come because they were amazed about how their friend's skin looked.
When a client steps into one of 7 Klinger salons across the country, she's in for a pampering yet deep cleaning experience.
The cleansing first. The skin has to be thoroughly cleansed. Then they take a magnifying glass, a big one, and look through it. And the treatment done always then follows according to the skin. Never is the same for one person, or there is no just oily skin, dry skin, and normal. And when it's clean, then the skin gets a massage. If it's an oily skin, then they hardly use any creams, just enough to slide it and just to soften the skin up before steaming. And the steaming then is herbal steaming. Mixed herbs are put together and then cleaned out. Every pore is cleaned out. They have a deep pore cleanser put where the blackheads are up to collect. And after that, it comes the mask according to their skin. There are 2 to 3 masks applied, depends what they need, and the peeling. This peeling mask usually, because that stimulates the skin and refreshes it. Ice water is used and sprays are used, and when it's all done with, it's fantastic how they look at. That gives me the most satisfaction. That's my thank you. Yes.
Salon Secrets from Georgette Klinger, proving that beauty is skin deep. Did you know that Empress Eugenie was known as the Queen of Crinoline, and she made it popular in Paris? When most people think of England, they think of serious architecture, charming villages, and driving on the other side of the road. But these days, the Brits are anything but traditional. In the spring spring and summer of 1992 that British designers snuck into the boudoir for racy looks with overt sex appeal. Meet some of the newsmakers who are happy to shed Britain's traditional image.
We actually quite show our bodies a lot now. You're used to walking down the street, and before you'd be like, oh, you know, I can't go out like that. Now you're used to it, it's easy, and it's like a layer of repression has fallen off. You know, you're free to walk out virtually naked and feel relaxed and comfortable. You know, I think it's a step forward for women, really.
Women want to look sexy and sensual and to attract the opposite sex.
And of course things from the period where you had all that beautiful lace with just underwear worn underneath.
Victoria's Secret it's not. Many of these British designers took the boudoir look to witty, even theatrical extremes in that spring of 1992. But some said that the emergence of these outrageous outfits stemmed from the new conservative sexual mores of the 1990s.
I just felt the time was right. Instinct.
Instinct and maybe something more is what you might arouse if you try wearing some of these on your local street. But don't worry, if you suddenly turn shy, you probably hid out in your own boudoir. Untraditional style from the Brash Brits, 1992. Here are some hot tips for power undressing, a trend that worked in 1992 and continues to make headlines today. If you're not sure that lingerie looks are for you, think again.
Everybody can wear a lingerie look, and we're not saying to wear a bra under a sheer shirt. That's one good way of wearing it, and that's a fun way of wearing it. But there is so much lingerie going on. Even little evening dresses have built-in bra tops, and a lot of people can wear that, even if you're heavy on the hips, because it flares out. There's all sorts of looks that you can wear, or there's bicycle pants, which are taken from the lingerie look. Wear them with a big jacket. I mean, pantsuits. Wear a pantsuit, wear a bra top, or wear an elongated bra top. And that's almost like a shirt, and keep your jacket closed. And when you go out at night, add some accessories, and you can be a little bit more flashy.
So go ahead, be daring. And if you're bearing all, you'll want some skin-deep advice.
Keep your skin clean. You can put all the makeup on, but be sure it's the right one. It's not too heavy, it's not clogging your pores. And remove it. Take as much time removing it as you take putting it on. And then you won't have problem.
Power undressing from the spring of 1992. Fashion classics that remain today.